People have been wondering why the Attorney General was not in court about the Aisha 1 issue. So I checked, and they said, oh, the Attorney General people are working on it. But the Attorney General of Ghana has been very busy. Godfred Dame has been doing quite a bit internationally over the last few days, actually. Now, here is Godfred Dame. Incidentally, this photograph is taken just hours before the announcement by the British Broadcasting Corporation that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, as she then was, had passed into eternal glory. This is Godfred Dame on the right-hand side, and the just appointed Attorney General of the United Kingdom in UK here at Westminster Hall, incidentally the same place where the Queen was laid in state. That's where they walked through after they had a meeting with the UK's Attorney General, who had just been announced less than 48 hours because there was a new government in the United Kingdom. Dame had been busy, very busy after that. Here is him again with the Attorney General of the United Kingdom. And the Office of the Attorney General also actually gives a lot of credit to His Excellency Papa Owusu Nkrumah for organizing this meeting. So in this photograph, you'll see Papa Owusu Nkrumah here, Godfred Dame, the Attorney General of Ghana, the Attorney General of the United Kingdom, and Harriet Thompson, the United Kingdom's High Commissioner in Ghana. All were there, facilitated by the Venerable Papa Owusu Nkrumah himself, a former Attorney General, incidentally, of course, former Majority Leader in Parliament, former Minister for Interior. Papa Owusu Nkrumah, now our Venerable High Commissioner at the Court of St. James's. He organized this event, and so Dame had been there. And then he was back in Ghana quickly, then back to the United Nations, where this is Adom-Otchere. He looks tired, doesn't he? Adom-Otchere, and the very hard-working Deputy Minister of Lands, which is Mreku Duka, Deputy to Abdullahi Jinapor, and this is Godfred Dame at the United Nations over there. Dame, what is that? The American president's car behind him? Hey, he got close to the car that went to the Queen's funeral. Okay. All right. But Godfred Dame also spoke, and he spoke about the vulnerable in society and how we protect all of those people. He addressed the United Nations Special Forum in New York about that. Here is he talking and addressing the United Nations Forum in New York.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, the President of the General Assembly, Excellencies, distinguished delegates. Indeed, it gives me great pleasure to present this statement on behalf of the Republic of Ghana. At the outset, I'd like to thank the President of the General Assembly for convening this important high-level event to mark the 30th anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration on the Rights of Persons Belonging to National or Ethnic, Religious, and Linguistic Minorities. Despite the progress made in advancing the rights of minority groups following the adoption of the Declaration 3 decades ago, challenges persist. We solidarize with the people belonging to minority groups and remain concerned about the disproportionate suffering they are subjected to in conflict situations, including their vulnerability to forced displacement, obstacles to education, and other attendant effects resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. Today's event, therefore, provides us with a unique opportunity to assess the implementation of the Declaration, identify examples of good practices, and explore ways to address the challenges facing minority groups. Mr. Chair, at the national level, it is important to underscore the point that Ghana's Constitution guarantees fundamental human rights to all its citizens. Article 70 of the Constitution guarantees equality before the law and prohibits discrimination on grounds of gender, race, color, ethnic origin, religion, creed, or social or economic status. The government of Ghana remains committed to advancing these fundamental rights and to fulfilling her obligations under international human rights law in a manner that ensures that minority rights are not marginalized. I wish to highlight the following points as instrumental in dealing with the issue confronting minority groups. First, we believe that even though the Declaration was adopted 3 decades ago, it remains relevant in addressing contemporary challenges facing minority groups. It is therefore important for member states to make good their commitment to its implementation. Second, as we move towards a post-COVID-19 era, it is important for states to deliberately put in place measures that would enhance emergency aid, boost data collection for monitoring, and tracking of disparities on minority groups, intensify outreach, including in minority languages and sign languages, on how to prevent and address COVID-19 and other challenges, as well as availability of services. This would help ensure that minority groups are not disadvantaged. Third, the growing exclusion, marginalization, and discrimination against minorities require a more holistic and comprehensive approach in addressing their situation. We welcome the integration of employment, sustainable development, and social protection into domestic policies and the advancement of equal rights and opportunities for all in a manner that ensures that the interests of minority groups is served. Deliberate policies that create a conducive environment for minority groups to meaningfully participate in political activities and decision-making process is encouraged. Fourth, there is the urgent need to empower minority women and girls to help ameliorate the various forms of abuses they are subjected to. This, we believe, can be addressed by urgently considering measures embedded in economic support and stimulus packages that reflect the needs of women who face multiple forms of discrimination. The introduction of interventions such as helplines, psychological support, and online counseling is recommended. We need to deploy technology to meaningfully address the challenges minorities face. Investing in media literacy and education aimed at advancing the rights of minority groups, as well as adopting technology-based solutions such as SMS and other networks to expand social support and to reach women minority groups should be intensified. Let me conclude by reiterating Ghana's commitment to the implementation of the declaration. It's our conviction that unbridled political will by member states at the national, regional, and multilateral level is critical to sustainably advancing the rights of minority groups. Thank you very much.